Hello, guys. Welcome back to another mock draft review. You know what I do. I like reviewing these mock drafts because I like getting new insight on what people think, and even these analysts. I don't view analysts' opinions higher than anybody else's. I think I just like to get a separate opinion just to see how they look at it. And this is made by Ryan Wilson on February 3rd, 2026. And I don't really view these mock drafts or these analysts like opinions more than others. Obviously it's their job to do this, but they're some people on the internet are also like pretty credible too. So I don't know. I don't really think that it's only the analysts that know their stuff. But let's get to it. Fernando Mendoza going to the Raiders. Obviously you need it again. I don't know why he has the first positional rank. I don't think so. Quarterback wise, and prospect rank, he's number one. I don't understand that why, because you have to give credit to that Indiana team. They performed very, very well for what they had, like their expectations were, obviously. And Cignetti coached an amazing football team. But position rank obviously first. Prospect rank, I don't know. I would give maybe Downs, but anyways, that's beside the point. This is again post Senior Bowl mock draft. Fernando Mendoza obviously is in the senior, so he didn't play it. So yeah, we're gonna, and he doesn't really need to up his draft stock. Come on, he's already gonna go first. So Fernando Mendoza going first to the Raiders, easy pick. Big frame, accurate down the field. You can't really ask for more. Jets take Arvo Reese. I had this in my previous mock draft. I had the Jets taking Arvo Reese. Again, don't hate this pick. Do I prefer Ruben Bain? Not really necessarily. These are Ruben Bain and Arvo Reese are my first defensive players off the board. That would be like, okay, yeah, that's a good pick. If even Downs, but you don't see Downs getting picked this high. So obviously, if Downs gets picked, I'm gonna be like, that team's gonna have an amazing tackler and amazing safety. But with positional value, it's not very viewed very highly. So that's a whole different subject. But Arvo Reese going here is great. Again, you're taking him for his edge threat ability. He's very raw as an edge rusher, but if you can develop him, you can turn into a monster. He was a monster in Ohio State with not much edge threat ability, and you can also play him off ball too. He's great coming downhill and at shedding the blocks too. He's very well, and that's what the description highlights too. So we can all agree that this is not a terrible pick. Francis Mariano going to the Cardinals. Again, I love this pick too. I have this going a lot too, and I really don't dislike Mariano going to the Cardinals because they need that tackle duo, and the tackles for the Cardinals have been very, very bad. And taking Mariano here is a pretty good pick here. He really raised his draft stock over the both of these Miami guys. Bain and Mariano were maybe mid first round, maybe late second round picks, maybe beside Bain. Bain was going pretty high early in the season, but Mariano definitely rose his stock because he was getting mocked after Fano or sometimes even after Vega, and taking him here is a good pick, and he's shown why his dominance, and I really think the Cardinals need a tackle here. It's not the flashy pick, but it's going to be a damn well good pick if you pick him here. Ruben Bain going to the Titans. I don't hate this pick either. I think taking Bain here is a great pick too. There's a problem with his bend versatility, and but he is by far the best 3-down lineman in this draft. Off the edge purely, run stopping has been very good. Pass rush stopping has been very good. So I really enjoy taking Ruben Bain here. Again, there's a problem with his bends, but the production is undeniable. He has produced wherever whatever expectation he's had. He's only been in Miami, but wherever he's been producing. So we'll take Ruben Bain here, and hopefully to get that edge room a little more set too, because that edge room is not very promising. Giants take Carlton Tate again. As I've been looking more into this wide receiver class, obviously getting more insights on interviews or even some film sessions, Carlton Tate is more obviously like a huge home play guy. He's been a huge home run play guy the entire time. He has less of a ceiling than some others, than Lemon, Tyson, or even like Denzel Boston. Maybe I think he's a better version of Denzel Boston. Denzel Boston's incredibly raw. Carlton Tate is more of a primary, he's going to be very good in run blocking. He was pretty good run blocking, very crisp routes, but his quickness is good too. But yeah, I don't know. He's good, but I don't think he has as high a ceiling as some of these other guys. But honestly, I like this. I like this pick for the Giants. I don't love it. I would with Harbaugh, I would imagine they would maybe go safety and downs, but taking Tate here is not a terrible idea. So I don't hate this. They take Fano. I actually like Fano. I think taking an offensive tackle here is very much needed for this team, whether it be at 24, maybe in the second round, or 6. I think 6 is great. Great pick. If you get 24, maybe you can land Monroe Freeling, Lomu, Proctor, some of those guys. But I think taking Fano here is great pick for the value, and so many people are becoming free agents in that offensive line. So taking him here is not a terrible pick. TJ Parker. So this is going to be an interesting pick for me. I like TJ Parker mid first round, maybe like 20, maybe like 17, maybe for the Lions, or even the Cowboys, maybe in the Panthers. Taking TJ Parker seems like a giga reach. Obviously, he had a great Senior Bowl. He was very fast. He has great speed off the edge, and showed flashes of a full 3-down lineman, which is lacking in this class. Because there's a lot of pass rushing. There's not very profound run stopping. So TJ Parker can show flashes of that and in the Senior Bowl, and even on tape sometimes in Clemson. But taking him here is a little bit of a reach. I think there's problems with I don't know. I just think there's problems, and I'm not a huge fan of him going here. I think David Bailey will provide immediate juice to that team, and I think Dan Quinn can eventually develop him into a higher upside, better run-stopping prospect than TJ Parker. But I think TJ Parker for his youth also has been pretty good too. But I just think I like David Bailey a little more, and I like David Bailey here. Or another pick, you don't see linebackers going this high. I would really love Sonny Styles here, because Sonny Styles, as much as Bobby Okereke has been phenomenal for this team, downhill, in space, he's been very, very bad. Like, run stopping has been fine, but in space, he's been very, very bad. I think Sonny Styles, who fills the run gaps perfectly with a great versatility as his X safety in space, will be a great fit for this Commanders team. But TJ Parker isn't the worst pick ever, because they need edge, but I think there's better edges on the board right now that they could have taken instead of reaching for TJ Parker, because the production wasn't there this year. Jeremiah Love going to the Saints. Again, like this pick. Kamara's getting on his old days. Taking Jeremiah Love adds more juice, gets more pressure off Tyler Shuck, who is going to have to still adapt to the NFL a little bit. I know he's like 25, but he's still going to have to adapt. A rookie's a rookie. So Jeremiah Love here is a good pick. Very weak running back class. Might as well snag the best running back when you can. Okay, whatever. Caleb Banks going to the Chiefs. I had Caleb Banks in my mock draft going to the Ravens. I think that was a good pick. They need help with Matabike being out and his gigantic question mark. But Caleb Banks here isn't the worst pick ever. Yes, there hasn't been a lot of production, or there's been production on the field. The problem is he hasn't been on the field that much. And taking Caleb Banks here is kind of a big maybe, right? What will Caleb Banks turn into? When he's been on the field, he's been good. He's been dominant. He can just toss around people. Even in the Senior Bowl, he was tossing around people, right? He was literally unblockable. That's literally the perfect way to do it. He was unblockable in the Senior Bowl, right? But I think taking Caleb Banks here it might be a reach too with his age and his injury history. It's kind of like Jordan Tyson, where there's like injury history around where you don't really know. Again, we're not doctors, but still, I don't know. I just think that this is a giga reach. I prefer Peter Woods, younger, more dominant at times, and I think a little more upside than Caleb Banks. Even though Caleb Banks has produced wherever he's gone, but I don't know. I just think taking Caleb Banks here is a little bit of a reach for how old he is and his injury history. David Bailey going to the Bengals. I don't hate this pick either. I would like for them to get Downs if Downs is available here. I think that Downs, when he's there, he's a proven leader. But with Travion Henderson, I think, in the running back on the Patriots. But when Trey Hendrickson is eventually going to leave, because you're probably going to see him leave, David Bailey isn't a bad replacement. I feel like the Shamar Stewart pick a year ago was a whiff. It was a very raw prospect. It reminded me of Keldrick Folk, where it's like a bunch of athleticism, very very little technique. You rely a lot of his athleticism, which might not fly in the NFL level, depending on who you are. So David Bailey here is a little more of a surefire pick, I guess. There's a lot of pass upside, but there's problems with him being a 3-down lineman all the time, because there's not much juice when it comes to the run stopping ability. But taking him here isn't the worst pick ever, but I prefer others. I would have loved Downs here, or Delane or McCoy. The secondary is bad. CTB's is on his way out, or he's injured a lot this year. Just not a great secondary room. But yeah, I don't know. I'm not a huge fan of this. Peter Woods going 11th. Again, no wide receivers besides Carlton Tate has been off the board this far. I would honestly think that taking a wide receiver or corner here, that corner room is abysmal in Miami. That is very bad. And I think taking with the two of the top corners in Delane and McCoy is a better pick than Woods. I just think that Woods hasn't produced that much this year, and you want to take a risk on that, taking a top 11 pick. Yes, if we were talking about this a year ago, maybe in a pre-mock draft, like around this time, maybe June, we would have talked about Peter Woods being like a top 3 pick. Right now, I don't really see him being a top 3 pick. People have mocked him out of the top 20, and I think that's a little extreme. I think he maybe fall maybe to around the Ravens or around like the 13 to 20 range, but him taking here for the Dolphins with bigger needs than defensive line is a little more concerning to me. I would, again, love Delane here, love McCoy, even love Downs to an extent. So wouldn't really love Peter Woods here. Caleb Downs going to the Browns, to go into the Cowboys. I would love this. I would actually love this. Let me scroll up because I don't want to get spoiled. But Caleb Downs going to the Cowboys. I would love this. Troy Polamalu talent level, yeah, but he's not going to be Troy Polamalu. Troy Polamalu is more of like a ball hawk, right? Caleb Downs is going to be like Derwin James, where he is immediately tackling. He's hitting you. He can also play in some coverage. Very much a leader. He will bruise you. He's been very good. I think if the Cowboys who have a glaring hole in their secondary can find a way to land Downs, A+ pick. Whatever team really gets him is an A+ pick beside maybe the top 4 teams, because safeties don't usually go that high and they might need a little more. So I think taking Downs here is a perfect pick for the Cowboys for what they have. Then we got the Rams taking Mansour Delane. Let me zoom in a little bit. Taking Mansour Delane. Again, I love this. They need a corner help. The corners were getting burned by Jason. Obviously, it's Jason. But even by Cup, Bobo, they were all getting burned on that Seattle game. I think just taking a Delane here is a good pick. They need corner. Might as well upgrade corner. This team doesn't really need much. Corner is one of those upgradable needs. It's not crazy. It's a marginal upgrade. But Delane has the ceiling to be a lockdown corner. And I think he will be a lockdown corner later in his NFL career. So take him here. It's not the worst pick in the world. And crazy how they lucked out from the Falcons trade with James Pierce-Jr. Crazy pick. Or was it no, I think it was JPJ. Anyways, it doesn't matter. Cam McDonald going to the Ravens. He's more of a nose tackle guy. He's definitely a big run stopper. There's more to be desired in the pass stopping ability, but with how the defensive line board has fallen with Banks and Woods gone, Cam McDonald's the next best available. But I would have liked to see Vega go here, because why would you reach on Cam McDonald? I think he's more of like a late 20s type of guy. But taking McDonald here is a little bit of a reach in my opinion. Obviously there is defensive tackle liabilities in the Ravens with Matabike and you did extend Travis Jones, but I don't think he's going to be a long-term solution. He's not young. He doesn't provide that much juice. So taking McDonald here isn't the worst pick in the world, but I would have loved Vega going here, and I think he's one of the more surefire picks. The Bucs going Kojic Folk. I, again, don't hate this pick. I've mocked this a couple times. I don't hate this pick. I'm not a huge fan of Kojic Folk's ability. Again, it reminds me of Shamar Stewart, where he relies a little bit too much on his athleticism, but he's a very good run blocker, or very good run stopper, and pass rushing is a little bit to be desired, but you can maybe get away with that with some of that with Vita Vea and all those guys on that edge group. It's a little risky there, but Kojic Folk here isn't the worst pick in the world for the Bucs, but I honestly would have loved Sonny Styles because they need linebacking. That room is getting old. David's getting old. I just think they just need a linebacker here. Sonny Styles would be perfect. I'm very high on Sonny Styles. He's top 5 in my big board. So love Kojic. Don't love Kojic Folk here, but it's not the worst pick in the world. Jets take Ty Simpson. Not a huge fan of this either. I think that with what they got, which was Arvo Reese for the second pick, you can maybe snag a second round quarterback like Trina Chambliss. I think his eligibility just got denied. Like his appeal just got denied, which sucks. But he's gonna have to declare he's probably like a second or third round quarterback. You can maybe take him. Yeah, I would prefer Chambliss in in this scenario. Not a huge fan of Ty Simpson. I feel like the play's been too inconsistent. When he's been good, but it's not that much where he's been good. So it is what it is. But I think taking Ty Simpson here is a little bit of a reach. Versus when you need a little more on that team, like a second wide receiver. I know you have Adonai Mitchell and Mechie. That's not going to cut it. Adonai Mitchell is maybe a third receiver type of guy. I think taking someone else who can develop under Garrett Wilson is just so much better, like a Denzel Boston, Mekhi Lemon, and Tyson, who are all available right now. This would make 100 more sense than Ty Simpson. I just don't like that pick. The Lions take Brandon Cisse. I've honestly looked at the Lions depth chart and projected free agents for corner and secondary. It is not good. Taron Aller has not played well. There's a lot of people going to free agency in that room. Taking Brandon Cisse here isn't a terrible guy. He's crazy athletic. He has crazy speed. He's very rangy in coverage. He's been very good in South Carolina. The problem was his press coverage and his footwork. But I think if you can develop that, he can be a lockdown corner and be one of the best in the league. Taking Brandon Cisse here, it's not a terrible idea. I'm very high on Cisse too. Jamal McCoy. This is where I would like Jamal McCoy for the Lions a little bit, because Jamal McCoy has more upside. It's just that there's concern with his ACL injury, of course. But if the Vikings can snag one of these two guys, it's perfect. I would prefer for Jamal McCoy to go to the Lions because it's a little more upside, and he was just by far the clear-cut best corner in 2024. So taking Jamal McCoy here is a good pick for the value you're getting out of. Caden Proctor inside. They haven't gone inside offensive line. I would have that too. So I don't hate that pick. Caden Proctor going to the Panthers. Again, I don't like this pick either. I think a giga reach. I think Caden Proctor is sloppy, but his athleticism is tremendous, which you can't teach. You can't teach athleticism. You can't teach size. That's just what happens. That's just what you get. Taking Caden Proctor here is a little bit of a reach. I think with Sadiq, Sonny Styles, some other edge rushers available, I would prefer that a little more. But taking Caden Proctor here is fine, I guess, but it's not my pick. Sonny Styles going to the Cowboys. I would. Well, let's go back. I'm gonna go back for a second. Caden Proctor going here too with Rosenboom heading into free agency. I would watch out for Sonny Styles or CJ Allen. I think that's a better pick than Caden Proctor. I know they've thrown money at Robert Hunt and all those guards, but I just think with the guard classes here, sometimes it can be really deep if you choose the right people. I just think taking Proctor is a little bit of a reach. Sonny Styles, I love this pick for the Cowboys. Obviously, there's different types of defenses, obviously, but Sonny Styles I think can plug into any defense and really be a game changer. But I think taking Sonny Styles here, great pick. Very good tackling wise, very good rangy coverage. He's probably gonna be a surefire pick wherever he goes. Jordan Tyson going to the Steelers. If I would be surprised if Jordan Tyson goes this far without being picked, because the main reason is he's just so special when he's on the field. The problem is he hasn't been on the field. He's by far the best wide receiver in this class in terms of skill. Reliability gets a little inconsistent, but when he's there, he's there. All right, you can feel his threat presence, and if you can get another threat like this across from DK Metcalf, good luck. Whoever that quarterback is for the future, we'll have a field day. Chargers take Vega, and is again a great pick. If he falls, just fucking take him. No real need to overthink this. That interior offensive line is terrible. Don't hate this pick. The Eagles are going with Max Ayek. I don't know, Ahinakor. I struggle saying his name. I saw him be a tremendous riser from the Senior Bowl. He hasn't been playing football for a long. I read this. He hasn't been playing football for a long time, but he is so physically gifted. He's so giant. He's so big. You can teach him to be a beast. And I don't hate this pick for the Eagles. As a Giants fan, I hate this pick. But if you can really develop him under that Eagles offensive line with a historic. I know they just fired the offensive line coach, but with the historic record of great offensive lines, taking him here is not the worst pick in the world because he can really develop into a monster. It's just you need to get him more reps, you need to get him more ideas on how to be successful in the NFL. But he can really do well. I think he's from Nigeria. He didn't start playing football till maybe a very late age. So watch out for that. Kenny Sadiq going to. Oh, I hate this pick. Wow, I hate this pick. He reminds me of Kadarius Toney. I hate this pick. Wow, this has probably been the first pick I was like, I cannot see this at all. With Lemon and Boston on the table, I am taking those two over Sadiq anytime. Because you know why? Harold Fannin Jr. has been great. Njoku, when he's on the field, great, right? Sadiq here, it seems repetitive. It seems like just a bad pick. I think taking Sadiq here is dumb. You need wide receivers. Your tight end room's already crowded enough. Why take Sadiq? Why take Sadiq? This is a dumb pick. I'm moving on before I get too pissed off. Terrible pick. Emmanuel McNeil Warren. I don't hate this pick either. I think that he can be better on a different team because that safety duo is a little old, but it was fine this year. I would love them to take defensive tackle like Christian Miller, who's still on the board, or an edge. I can't remember who's on the edge, who's still there. Maybe Cassius Howell on the edge. But McNeil Warren here is good. You can develop him into a great safety. I think he can be a great safety in the league. The Bills take Conception. I actually like this more than some other people. Again, Conception has the drop issues, but when he's on the field, he stretches the field. His hands are wishy-washy, but his stretch ability and his ability to play special teams and be just that get-open gadget guy is very good. And Josh Allen hasn't really had that since Stephon Diggs, and that was his best year of his career, where he was really just getting the ball to Diggs, and it really worked. So I think taking him here is not the worst play in the world. 49ers take Denzel Boston. I also don't hate this. This is like kind of 1A, 1B, or like for these guys. I think taking Denzel Boston with how injured and how unreliable that room is, I don't hate this pick. I don't know why they wouldn't have Lemon though. Lemon goes 29th. No way he falls that far. Come on. Anyways, we'll get to that when we get Denzel Boston. Don't hate this pick. Big raw athlete. He's very good at the catch point. Pretty good route running. He gets a little sloppy sometimes, but he has a crazy catch point and very quick for his size. So I think taking him here, it's not a terrible pick. Lee Hunter. This has been another huge riser. I would love for the Texans to take either a defensive lineman, tackle preferably, or a guard. I think Pregnon sitting here is not a bad pick here. I think Pregnon could be a first-round player in this kind of range because teams will reach for guards. This team needs a guard, and with Proctor gone, you can't even move him in. So maybe taking Lomu here, moving him into guard. Monroe Freeling is more of a tackle, so I don't think you can move him to guard. But taking Lee Hunter here is fine. But I don't know. I just think that taking him here with guard as huge of an issue as it is big. But taking Lee Hunter here, who really rose in the Senior Bowl, is not the worst play in the world, and they need defensive tackle because that's not a great room, and it's also not a very young room. So taking Texas Tech Lee Hunter here, it's not the worst. I would love for Lee Hunter to go to the Bears, but it's not gonna work. Makai Lemon out of USC going to the Rams. If Makai Lemon falls to 29, I will riot. This is a crazy pick. Makai Lemon has the one of the best hands in this class, maybe if the best. Less than a 2% drop rate in college. That's unheard of. Slot guy. Obviously, he's not going to get picked because of how young he is, or how small he is. But based off just pure prospect ranking, I think he has the best potential. I think that he's just so good in space as a gadget. X, Y, Z. Primarily plays the slot, but honestly, for if the Rams somehow can get him at 29, they won the draft. They're taking Delane and Lemon. Stop it. That's unheard of. So we'll take the Rams will take this. This is a great pick, but I just don't think he'll fall this far. CJ Allen. I also have mocked this previously. CJ Allen going to the Broncos. I don't hate this pick. A little to be desired in the coverage on running backs, but as a run stopper downhill in between gaps, he's been pretty good. I still prefer Sonny Styles, obviously, and even sometimes Kyle Lewis has been lighting it up in the Senior Bowl practices. So maybe taking him there is not a terrible pick. Maybe might be a little crazy, but maybe. But CJ Allen here isn't a terrible pick. One more feeling going. Again, not the worst pick ever. Huge beast guy. 315, 6'7". Yeah, but good pick. They need a tackle. Taking him here. It's not the worst pick in the world. Avon Terrell falling to the Seahawks. The Seahawks can land Avon Terrell. Clap it up, bro. They've done it again. Avon Terrell is huge. Has a great nose for the ball. He is a great pick for the Seahawks. He just knows how to get to the ball. He just knows how to punch it out. He knows how to stay tight end coverage. He's a perfect pick. You can play nickel with Job maybe leaving, or you can play the boundary with Woolen probably leaving. He'd be a great complement to Witherspoon. 2 thumper safeties. Love this pick. But as always, thank you guys for watching. That's about it. Thank you all for watching. As always, we'll see you guys tomorrow. Love you all. See ya.